When you think of the largest Muslim gatherings on earth, you think of Mecca, Bangladesh, or Pakistan. When you think of a crowd of 100,000 people in the UK, you think of Glastonbury or Wembley Stadium. But every single year, more than 100,000 Muslims quietly descend on the British countryside for a massive 3-day spiritual lockdown. No music, no festivals, no tickets. It's the UK Ijtema, the largest Muslim gathering in the Western world. And the group running it operates exactly like a global corporation, without a single paid employee.
Well, for me, I haven't been to Ijtema before, so when I came here, this was the second largest congregation after Hajj, and I've got witness, mashallah. It's beautiful. I'm watching so many brothers from all over the world coming in one faith. Alhamdulillah, it's absolutely unbelievable.
Look closely at the crowds. You aren't just seeing elderly men from South Asia. You are seeing thousands of British youth standing alongside them. Young guys from the inner city estates of London, Birmingham and Manchester.
100 acres of land has been given to the Muslims to be able to host the Ijtema here. In over 100,000 Muslims from every walk of life. And subhanAllah, this place has been kindly given to us. We've been here all weekend, man. Alright, show me a little something, bro. The birds are tweeting, it's in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, this place, imagine, it actually used to belong to the royal family. Not anymore. Not anymore. Now it belongs to the Muslims, alhamdulillah.
In a Western society suffering from a loneliness epidemic and a crisis of masculinity, these youth are flocking to the empty fields of Britain. Why? Because the Ijtema offers something modern secular culture cannot. Unfiltered, ego-free brotherhood and a hardcore spiritual detox. This movement didn't start in the West. It began in 1926 in the dusty villages of Mewat, India, founded by a scholar named Maulana Ilyas Kandlawi.
मेवात के इलाके में बड़ी तेजी के साथ मुसलमान जो मेव थे वो हिंदू हो रहे थे उसी पर तहरीक उठाई है.
Under British colonial rule, poor Indian Muslims were losing their religious identity. Maulana Ilyas didn't write long books. Instead, he told scholars to get out of the mosques and go door to door to uneducated Muslims to teach them the basic Shahada and Salah. The very first gasht, or door-to-door preaching walk in the West, happened in an Indian quarter of London in January 1946. As South Asian immigrants flooded into the UK in the 60s and 70s to work in factories, the group set up its official European headquarters at the Dewsbury Markaz in West Yorkshire. Today, it has grown so massive that their Grand Ijtema takes over vast British estates, drawing over 100,000 people. The global headquarters is in India, but local markazes across the UK run like efficient regional offices. Members volunteer for structured shifts called Kuruj. You don't just sit and listen. You commit to 3 days, 40 days, or 4 months, travelling from mosque to mosque, sleeping on the floor and cooking your own food. It functions almost like a spiritual Boy Scout network, surviving entirely on raw voluntarism and fierce peer-to-peer accountability.
Upsy daisy, don't be lazy, time to get to the masjid.
Oh my days, man, you again.
To understand the public explosion of Islam on the high streets of Britain today, you have to look at how it starts in the dark. The absolute core of the Ijtema people is a process called gasht, which means patrol. They don't wait for people to come to the mosque. They form small, humble teams, walk down the freezing streets of the UK and knock directly on doors. They don't engage in heated political or sectarian debates. They look a brother in the eye, ask about his well-being, and gently invite him back to the house of Allah. This door-to-door humility is the foundation of the movement. But when native English-speaking youth get a hold of this spiritual training, they take it straight to the public square. From the quiet humility of door-to-door knocking to blasting beautiful Quran recitations through megaphones in busy shopping districts, has created a multi-layered Dawah machine. They have systematically mapped out every single inch of Great Britain, ensuring that whether you are sitting in your living room, walking through a shopping mall, or debating philosophy in a public park, the call to Islam will reach you. The Ijtema people have built an unstoppable, silent empire across the West.